This is the Dumbbell Supinated Biceps curl. The supinated grip, palm facing up, allows for more involvement of the short head of the biceps. However, the long head will still be involved. Now in this tutorial, I'll be covering my favorite ways to perform this exercise, such as standing up like this, and seated with support on the back of the arm, which is my preferred method. All are effective, however, seated with the support on the back of the arm is going to be the most stable and the least fatiguing, making it the best for hypertrophy. However, do the variation you like the best and the one that aligns the best with the equipment you have available. Starting with the standing variant, grab a pair of dumbbells using a supinated grip, palm facing up. Have the knees loose and the hips slightly back to achieve a strong and stable base. Do not stand directly straight with the knees locked. For this starting position, have the upper arm alongside the torso and the hands just slightly forward towards the front of the thigh, almost like you're reaching the palms forward to be able to keep constant tension on the biceps. And make sure to go back to the starting position at the bottom of each rep. Have the chest slightly up and the shoulders slightly back, and with the core tight, initiate that way up by leading with the wrists and those knuckles, thinking like you're trying to bring the forearm to the biceps. Allow for some shoulder flexion, bringing the elbows slightly forward and up in a controlled manner to get more shortening of the biceps, and bringing the dumbbells up until the dumbbell is around the height of the shoulder. On that way down, keep that chest up and don't let these shoulders roll forward, squeezing the core again, and as you bring the dumbbells down, think like you're slightly reaching the hands forward and still pulling up, returning to starting position where the hands are slightly towards the front of the thigh. Always slow and controlled on that eccentric, 2 to 3 seconds on that way down, and make sure you go through a full range of motion going down until the arm is fully extended. Do your best to minimize using momentum, although some towards the end is perfectly fine. And one tip to feel more stable, especially towards the end of the set, is think like you're slightly pushing your feet apart on the ground. If you have back issues or want to add more stability while doing these standing, you can also do these with your back against the wall to add stability. And for the advanced lifters, after failure, you can do 2 to 3 more reps doing one arm at a time, alternating sides just like this, and slightly leaning into the working arm as you do these. Now going into my preferred method, which is doing these seated and with support on the back of the arm, as it will help you isolate the bicep more by needing less involvement from that front delt and core as well, and also reduce your risk of injury on the lower back. Now for this method, you can use the thigh pads of a lat pull down machine to support the back of the arm like I'm doing right here. You can use a preacher curl bench just facing the opposite way of its intended use. And lastly, you can use a squat rack and a barbell like this, which is perfect for home gym setups. For this variant, make sure that you are sitting as upright as possible while still balanced, having the arms alongside the torso. Do not have the hips excessively forward and leaning back like this. Just like the standing variant, point the chest up and shoulders slightly back. To initiate the movement, slightly push the arm back into the arm support, and again lead with the wrist, thinking like you're trying to bring the forearm to the bicep. Go up until the dumbbell is at shoulder height while keeping the back of the arm on the back support. Slow and controlled on that way down, 2 to 3 seconds. Keep the chest up and do not let these shoulders roll excessively forward. As you go down, again, push the back of the arm into the arm support and think like you are still pulling up, just letting the weight take you down. Go through a full range of motion, going down until the arm is fully extended. And towards the end of the set, as you get closer to failure, it is okay to slightly lean back to get more reps. And for the advanced lifter, just like the standing variant, after you reach failure with both arms at the same time, you can do 2 to 3 more single arm reps just like this, as I covered in the standing variant. Thanks for watching. Like this video right now and subscribe so I can keep making tutorials just like this one. See ya.